Hello YouTube, and today I am unboxing reviewing the Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX Battle Deck that recently came out as part of the Destined Rivals expansion, and at the end making this deck a bit better for some actual tournament play. On the back there's some of the contents that we'll see later. This deck will talk about the focus and why this may not be the best thing for an actual tournament, and we'll fix it up later to make it good. But I've held on to this thing for a few days now. I got it at Target a couple days ago, along with the second one because most competitive deck lists run 3 Grimmsnarls. So let's get this thing out of the box. Alright, here we go. And oh, there goes the entire deck pretty much. I didn't realize it was just going to be loose in there. We'll deal with this in a second, but also what comes in here is your paper playmat and your paper damage counters. These are good for beginners, but they'll really get phased out pretty quick if you're into actually playing competitively. And here we have the 2 Grimmsnarls that come in here and that nice Marnie's Morpeko promo. Here's our Marnie coin, looks pretty good. And I'm gonna try to be gentle with them. Here's the Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX. This is just straight from Destined Rivals. There are 2 of them in each of these. Let me grab my sleeves here. And until I get these in a deck later, I'll just put them in some of these spare ETB sleeves. Here's the other Marnie's Grimmsnarl, get that sleeved up. And the long coveted Marnie's Morpeko IR promo. This is gorgeous. I love this card. I haven't really seen any deck list run this thing, but I think it has potential for a single prizer with no abilities. Let's get this thing in a sleeve and look at the deck. And here's our deck. This is where the rest of the cards are. They are pretty loose in this deck box. I don't know if you can hear that. Never been a fan of the paper, but saves on budget for Pokemon, I guess. And not really a bad looker, but I probably won't do much with this. Pop these guys out. Oh, those are some crisp cards in there. Let's move this away. Here we have our Journey Together, or Prismatic Evolutions, I believe, Onward Energies. Little speck or something right there. And let's see what we got. We got Energies. Hurricane, it's going to be nice to get your Grimmsnarls into play. Ionos, Buddy Poffin, Spikemuth Gym. Great trainers for this deck. EXP Share. Not a bad trainer, but not great in this deck when you can just charge up immediately with Grimmsnarl. Drayton, again, not bad, but not great in this deck. Ultra Ball, pretty good trainer card. Marnie's Scraggy, I'm not sure what the Scrafty does, but as far as I'm aware, it's not that playable of a card, so we'll keep an eye on that. You have your Impidimp to evolve into Grimmsnarl. Lipard, Pointy Claws, that can do 140 damage to an EX. Not terrible, but not great. More Ultra Balls, Switch, Boss's Orders, that's a nice one to have in here. This is a deck exclusive, not hollow one, I believe. Nice to see that. Marnie's Purloin, similar attack to Lipard, but a little weaker. Professor's Research, this is the one from Journey Together, I think. You have your base Morpeko, that is just the same as this one, but not an IR. Scraggy again. Here's the Scrafty. 160 damage, this Pokemon does 30 damage to itself. Not great. There's better options here. More Grimm, Ultra Ball, Iono, more Purloins, Super Rod. Probably a good choice for this deck, as if your energies go in the trash, you can't really use that ability. More duplicate trainers. Energy Recycler. This is a good trainer in some decks, but I would not say this one because I think Super Rod is just the better choice, so you can get your Pokemon and your energies back. More Research, Boss, Buddy Poffins, Draytons, and rounding it out with Energy. Honestly, for 15 bucks, that's pretty good considering this is an official product. You have a pretty decent deck, definitely some room for improvement, but you get some nice promos, some playable cards. Grimmsnarl, I think, was a top contender at NAIC this last weekend. Did not win though, but still a very solid deck regardless that I would like to build myself and will later in this video. So let's just go through our trainers here, and I'll cut out the ones that I don't think are necessary and just everything that's unnecessary in here and show you what's up. And here we have the cards I decided to take out of this deck for my personal build. Lipard line, Scrafty line, Drayton, Energy Recycler. I included 2 switches in this deck. I don't think you'll need either of them really. EXP share, didn't need that. This deck came with 14 energy, so I took out half of them to keep 7 in my build. Set those off to the side. And here's what I did keep. The Grimmsnarl line, Iono, Spike with Gym, Rare Candy, Ultra Ball, Boss's Orders, Buddy Poffin, and Professor's Research. I may cut more of these down the line, but I'm actually going deep into my build. But so far, this seems like a pretty good basis. I know pretty much the other Pokemon I want to add. And unfortunately for this deck, we don't really need you. You're not functional really in this deck, as this deck is made to bench knife with the Shadow Bullet, and some of the Pokemon we'll add later. So let's get into those. Alright, I have some of the Pokemon picked out here, but let me go build that deck and I'll come back when it's done. Alright, it is a few weeks later, and after some orders and card acquisitions, we have the completed list. Now I'm just going to go over it real quick with you guys and really explain what I changed. First up, we have 3 Marnie's Grimmsnarl EXs. I thought 3 was the best number because you really need these for the deck to function, and I didn't feel like 2 was enough. So we have 3 of these. 2 Marnie's Morgrims, because you are going to be using Rare Candy for some of them. But if your opponent is playing Buddy or Item Lock, it is nice to have the middle stage for TM Evo plays. And for Impidimps, I have 3. You could honestly get away with 4. I think 4 would be fine, but I personally chose 3. Just to have a 3-2-3 line that seemed the best to me, just to help free up some deck space for other things. For supporting Pokemon, we have 3 Monkey Dories, as you really want to be hitting those bench snipe attacks. And I felt 4 was too much. Some deck lists do run 2 or 4, but I thought 3 was a good amount just to match the Grimmsnarls. Seems good to me. For even more bench sniping power, we have a 2-2 line of Snorunt and Frostlass. Freezing Shroud hits ability Pokemon, helps put damage on your Monkey Dories and Grimmsnarls to transfer back over. 2-2 seems good to me for this. You could get away with 1-1 honestly, but I personally chose 2-2. And for the bonus Pokemon, we have Cleffa. Most Stage 2 decks benefit from Cleffa, Grasping Draw until you have 7. Budu Item Lock, in case you just need to stall while you get your Pokemon set up. And Shaman, which prevents your babies from getting sniped by Wellspring, Ogerpon, and some of those other bench snipers. Onto the trainers, we have 4 Arvins. These are nice for grabbing some of your rare candies and other tools we'll see later. 2 Boss's Orders, as sometimes it's just nice to snipe stuff straight in the active spot. 3 Professor's Research, I did keep these from the original list, as I feel like Professor's Research does best in these big Stage 2 decks where you need a lot of pieces. So I have 3 of those. For more draw supporters, we have 4 Ionos. Again, you really need draw support to help get your stuff up, and this is an option you have to not just flush your resources like research. So I have 4 of these. And that's it for supporters. Onto items. 2 counter catchers, as often you'll be going down prizes with your baby Pokemon up front like Budu, Cleffa. So it is nice to have these. 2 Night Stretchers, in case you do flush some resources with research or something gets knocked out, and you just need a piece in your hand to complete a play. Nice to have 2 of those versus Super Rod. Buddy Poffins, only 2, as the only really Pokemon you'll be getting with this are Shaman, Cleffa, Budu, and Impidimp. As Monkey Door you can't get with these, so stuck with only 2. On the other hand, Ultra Ball, also 2, for similar reasons. You can get really any Pokemon with these, but you have Spike with Gym to get the Marnie's Pokemon, some stuff we'll see later to get some of the other Pokemon, Buddy Poffins, and Ultra Ball. Really, you don't need that many. For candies, 2, as we are running a 3-2-3 line. 2 rare candy seems good just to help build those guys up. We do have 1 Super Rod just to help get our energies back, mainly, so you can use that Punk Up ability. Energy Search, this is more to help get energy on your Monkey Dories or for a TM Evo play early in the game. Energy Switch, in case you use that Punk Up and you want to change an energy to a Monkey Dory, or you want to switch energy between Monkey Dories to help use those Adrenaline Brains effectively. And our ace spec is Secret Box. I found this is the best ace spec for this deck to help you get your Spikemouth Gyms, Arvins, and pretty much everything you'll need for this deck, TM Evos, etc. And for stadiums, we have 2 Artisans. These will help get your Monkey Dories, Budu, Shaman, stuff like that early in the game. And we have 2 Spikemouth Gyms to help you get your Grimmsnarls, Impidimps even, to help get your Grimmsnarl set up. And that's it for stadiums. For tools, we have 1 TM Evo, 1 TM Devo to help get your stuff set up and hurt your opponents. 1 Defiance Band, just to help boost your damage a little bit so your Grimmsnarl can one-shot a Pheasantipity. And for energies, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 darks. A lot of lists run 6 or 7, but I found 8 was a good number, as you really don't want to run out of energies with this deck. You definitely need them. And with only 1 energy switch, it's nice to have a bit of extra. And that is the deck list. Let me know what you think of this deck list, what you would change, or if you think this deck list is good as is. And while you're down in the comment section, let me know if you plan on building this deck. I still see these Grimmsnarl decks and the Steven ones in store pretty common these days, as those aren't really scalped as much, so good for us competitive players. And with that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye.